organizational development is that whole organization is not going to move if there's not relationships, there's not trust within that organization. It's easy when you have people who want to go, who want to move in all in one direction. It's easier to run together than try to pull one. So therefore, I think getting the organization to move is, once again, developing that strong bind, that strong bond. I think the second thing is to work with your organization to develop leaders within your organization. I think if you're just, in my opinion, if you're just top heavy and one person is making all the decisions and one person's just running the organization, I don't think you're going to go very far. I think you run a lot further when you're in a group. And I think if you have leaders all working, small pockets of leaders working together, helps move an organization.
Yeah, and additionally, I think there's a requirement for adaptability and flexibility, thoughtfulness around being nimble enough to move. Sometimes school systems can feel a little bit like, large ocean tankers. Turning around or changing direction can be very difficult because it has so much weight moving so slowly in this one direction, especially public education. It can often look very much like it's looked for decades. And preparing for a future and making an organization one that can be healthy in its future is recognizing that, we can't always use the systems and structures and the organizational charts and expectations that have existed historically, that we have to challenge ourselves. We talk about, there's a great analogy that our superintendent uses is, why do we cut the ham off at both ends? And is that only because that's the way we've always done it? And we learn that maybe we've always done it that way because grandma did it that way because that's how big the pot was, and now we have an ability to do things differently, and we should ask ourselves, should we? Is there a reason that we're doing it this way? Is there a reason we should do it differently? And then be courageous enough to choose that and to be okay with failure, as long as it's failing forward. Always asking ourselves, were we taking a risk that was about getting it better, getting it right, something that would better serve kids or our community or our system, our staff, and recognizing that adaptability means stepping out. It generally means I'm going to do something different because I think that there might be an opportunity for us to improve. And that's not a guarantee. And sometimes it means, no, we need to go back and cut that ham on both ends. We thought we should not do that. But really being courageous enough to change course when necessary so that we've got an opportunity to be positioned well, when that day comes.
And many times, if you keep the analogy of the ship in the sea and changing course, many times storms arise that you don't see storms coming. That sometimes that puts a stop to the movement or the organization. Or many times they'll have to change. Many times they'll have to adapt. And I think so. A great leader's got to be flexible, and a great leader just better be patient. So many times we want to move forward, but it's slow, hard work. It's the grinding work, and it's just not going to just get there. And just speaking from the school system, our organization is going this way, and then unfortunately, from the Sandy Hooks to the Parkland, the school shootings and the school safety. That affects our organization. Things have come in that we've had to change, that we didn't anticipate, things that we had to do that we've never done before. Here we're talking about educating children, and now we're spending a great deal of time on safety. So you've got to be able to be flexible, you've got to be patient. And once again, things are going to hit that organization that you didn't know that were coming, that you've got to make sure you take care of as well.